Having a very interesting guest here, meeting Manny Larcher. Manny has actually been, building up a whole bank of companies. So we're going to be focusing on his marketing agency today, Stopwatch Creative, but also that has been spinning off a couple of other companies. For example, Collaborate and Elevate, which is supporting entrepreneurs. So today I'm speaking with Manny, who is actually the CEO of Stopwatch Creative. And he leads the strategy, the execution, driving positive ROI for his clients. And it's a boutique marketing agency working with fortune companies, but also athletes and celebrities. So I'm very pleased to have Manny on the show. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Lucas. Great to meet you.
Yeah, so maybe tell us about Stopwatch Creative and how it relates to the other businesses. What is it that you guys do?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the introduction. I appreciate this. Stopwatch Creative, we're in year 3. The best way to describe it is we're a boutique marketing and advertising agency that also incubates products that we see, in the needs in the market. Collaborate and Elevate specifically, we felt that in 2018, there were divisive communities, there were lack of resources to help people, running an agency, we have, we're lucky enough to manage thousands of dollars in Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads. So we see that a lot of entrepreneurs or business owners, that's the first thing that they go to advertise their business. But sometimes the results, don't bring the, results don't match, right? That's why they say 80% of businesses fail in the first year. And then I think it's 80% fail between year 4 through 7. So from a local standpoint, that was the problem here. And so we created Collaborate and Elevate to really address that. And really, we did free events up until coronavirus. When Corona happened, the community really wanted us to keep it. So we rolled out a membership, $4.95 a month. And what we do is we connect people to resources that helps them grow. So, we have students, we have business owners, we have, professionals that want to be business owners. So we're able to connect them to business. We have a lawyer, for example, who the membership's $5. She's a member for 5 months. Last month, we were able to connect her to well over $2,000 in new clients. So our goal really is to deliver better value for $4.95 than Facebook, LinkedIn, Google. We're approaching 100 members since rolling out this membership at the end of March, and we have members in 3 countries, in several states in the U.S. So that's really what Collaborate does and Elevate does in a nutshell.
Nice. If we speak about your roots a little bit, about Stopwatch Creative, could you tell us a little bit about the company? Sort of, what types of clients do you have? Maybe how many visitors to the website, or anything that would, any maybe prices that you want, something that characterizes the agency a little bit.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So Stopwatch Creative, I'm the co-founder as well as Lenny Burkett. Lenny Burkett's a designer, went to school. Him and I were both working for a kind of startup studio agency. We met each other there. And that agency basically raised some money, started a transportation company, and that's when we started Stopwatch. But we have both been a part of a company called Ardina, ARDINA. In 2015, we raised some money from Cardinal Health in Rev1 Ventures. So we were part of that process, raising money. My background, I'm a first generation American. My parents are from St. Lucia. So, I was always drawn to entrepreneurship, just for the freedom side and just really feeling like I could do more. So we, once, that agency raised funds to start the transportation company. We started Stopwatch in 2017. And really the rest was history, just being transparent with you. We were making a fraction of money because we were employees. So we turned it into ownership, and that gave us a raise. So it was just all about, adding processes to figure out how, obviously we could leverage word of mouth, but really kind of grow more. And we've been lucky to have clients like Purify, who's based in DC, and we helped them set up their whole social media. Not even social media, just marketing team. When we met them, they had 7 employees. Now they have well over 20. So what we do with companies, we help them, if you're a busy CEO, we'll help you establish marketing. There's several CEOs and businesses making several $1 million a year that spend no money in marketing. So we work with a lot of those. Those are kind of like a niche for us because we help them set up their marketing, they grow their business, and then they also, we give them the processes to hire an employee if that's what they want to do. Right now we have a client every single year for the last 10 years, he's made over 4 million because of his product relates to cleanliness and keeping your surface clean. It's in keeping your food clean. And we're living, in a year of the craziest pandemic ever. His business actually has more than quadrupled, and he has no marketing support. So like that's, a client that we're working with right now. And with Stopwatch, we've helped our clients sell companies. Last year, Proteon Software was acquired by Dark Rhino Security. And we've been a part of working with local professional athletes. We've been blessed to meet Michael Redd and help him with a Wave Innovation Center, being a part of that process. So we're also accredited partners with Rev1 Ventures, a local venture studio here that invests more than $50 million every year in Columbus. So, we try to partner up. That was our roots. That years ago, Ardina Rev1 invested in it, so it's kind of a cool full circle thing. We've seen a lot, and now we really, I have a special sweet spot, of course, for startups, and that's mainly because I want to. I think more people should be entrepreneurs. Look, at the end of the day, I was held in corporate America at no more than $50K a year, and I knew that. I could do more, and I was tired of, someone telling me when I could go to the bathroom and when I could look at my phone, right? So I'm someone that really truly believes in entrepreneurship and how it could make your life better. I'm healthier doing this as opposed to when I had a job, just physically healthier. So for me, it's a mind, body, soul approach. And, we're marketing and advertising. We're not doctors. We're not doing brain surgery. So we get paid to be creative and to test, different ideas. And at the end of the day, we are, focused on ROI for our clients.
What would you consider sort of a top client acquisition channel for Stopwatch Creative? Like, how do companies and clients find out about Stopwatch Creative and, get started?
Yeah, well, I do think it is press and things, doing stuff like this, Lucas, to be honest with you, when, like I talk about Dark Rhino Security acquiring Proteon Software, you could Google this and you could see press releases. If you read the press release, you'll see Michael Holstein was the CEO of Proteon. If you reach out to Michael Holstein, you ask him about this, he's going to tell you that Manny Larcher with Stopwatch Creative helped him. So there's a certain level of that, the word of mouth helps, but at the end of the day, we do need platforms. We need people to acknowledge the work that we're doing. But we have an internal motto called astronomical value. So for us, it's making sure it's truly appreciating anyone that gives us $10, $5, or $10,000 and delivering above and beyond, and that's really that's how we've been able to grow. And I think, you do that over time, the world will begin to hopefully acknowledge you and hire you.
What would you say, which role does the website in playing all of this, right? So people, learning about Stopwatch Creative, coming to the website, what role does the website play?
It's super important. The website's everything. Look, I live in Columbus, Ohio. We had no business in Columbus, Ohio until we met a few other influencers who connected us to some people. So, the website's everything. My first year I was at CES, South by Southwest. I was even at Belgrade, Serbia, for a project management conference. So I, did a lot of traveling. Like I said, clients in DC, clients in Florida, Toronto. To this day, Toronto, we have a lot of, we do a lot of business in Toronto. So the website's everything. I think the website is everything in how you communicate what you do. I do believe in transparency, which is why our pricing is on the website. It's not perfect. There's definitely more. I would love to see more case studies, which we do have and we give by request. So I think the website's important because from my position, it's always about how can I simplify the sales cycle? How can I, I would much rather you say, hey, look, I love what you did with, Victoria's Secret, or I love what you did with, this, I saw this price. Well, we could work with this. How can we get started? That's the conversation I want to have, as opposed to, hey, what have you done lately, or why should we hire you? Right. I think the more that I could have less of those conversations, it's just going to simplify the business.
Makes a lot of sense. What would you say is the major strength of the website at the moment? Is it the ability to convert if somebody's coming to the website? Or is it, the quality of the leads that you're getting through the page? Or is it, the experience that you can provide for visitors? Where do you see the strength of the website?
It's a good question. I do think it's a representation of our work and the services that we provide. We do try to, our website is simple, as you can tell. It's pretty, it's simple, as far as the call to action. So I think our website just serves as it does serve as a very basis before there's even a need to consult me, with Stopwatch Creative. So do I wish we had more leads coming into the website? Definitely. I think there's more we could be doing, but right now it's a good example because, everyone, they're going to do their own independent research. So I do think it gives a good idea of the work we can do. So yeah, I think that's probably the best.
Is there something that you've tried in order to increase the amount of leads coming through the page? Some, tests or anything along the lines?
Yeah. I think the first 2 years I tried just about everything you could think of, especially on the ads realm. I think now we focus on SEO, we focus on customer success stories, and really I would say, email marketing I think is very important in all of this, right? Because we do have a lead capture engine. So I think that's kind of what we focus on, and just building that report, letting people know why, we truly believe we're one of the best marketing and advertising agencies in the country. So I think it's just a matter of representing or just sharing the examples of what we've done.
Very cool. I would love to switch gears a little bit and talk about you as a leader in the company. So what type of content do you consume? How do you educate yourself in order to, sort of continuously progress?
Thank you. Great question. I'm big on leadership advice. There's a book I'm reading right now, Scaling Up by Vern Haddish. I recommend that book. There's another book, Creativity Inc., that I recommend. I love to read. I definitely love to read. I have an Audible account. I think the older I get, the less I even listen to music. And as you know, I'm more, This Week in Startups, Jason Calacanis. I could tap into Gary Vee and get info from there when I want, right? I love Arlen Hamilton. Give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to Michael Redd and Danny Ortiz and some of the people that I surround myself with. But I think that's the main thing, to surround yourself with people who are making you better. But then also you have to do the work, So for me, I think health is important. I'm in the gym at least 5 times a day, 5 times a week, but but more importantly, like doing the cardio, like, if you have the Apple Watch, closing all your rings, if you, 4 times a week. I think health is important because it prevents burnout. And then it's just important, no matter all the money you have in the world, if you can't enjoy it, what's the point, right? So I think for me, taking care of my health, my body, my sleep, and those are I think we don't even talk about it because when I am doing this, the ideas that come are incredible. When I'm not doing it, it's sluggish, it's burnout. I would say quality might diminish. So I think that's a constant balance and reminding myself. And then, once but I do recommend like having someone, whatever you call them, a therapist, whatever. But I think having someone that you could talk to helps as well too, to take care of, balance personal, family, business, and taxes and all this stuff, right? So I think it does help to have people, and especially if you're going to be an entrepreneur, because it's not it's not easy. If it was easy, they would teach us about it, right? So, for the most part, like, you're in Germany, but in America, it's hard to learn about entrepreneurship and credit and how to do these things. And, a lot of it you have to teach yourself, or be lucky to know someone to kind of show you the ropes. So for me, it's always, a learning process, taking care of myself, and, but I like going to the park and just really enjoying the weather and nature and connecting, with your family and friends.
Very good. Since we're slowly coming to an end of the interview, I would love to jump into our rapid fire questions. There's just a couple of short questions with, one word or one sentence answers. You ready for those?
Yes.
Awesome. So what's the last book you read?
The last book I read is Creativity Inc. No, I'm sorry. It's Super Connector. Super Connector. What's
the one single thing your company, Stopwatch Creative, is focused on the most at the moment?
Improving our internal processes.
Mm-hmm. If there would be no boundaries in technology, what would be one thing you want to have fixed for your company today?
I mean, I just thought of like teleportation. So, yeah.
Awesome. You mentioned they're not all in your area, so very good.
Yeah.
What is the last thing that kept you awake at night about the company?
It's really processes and getting things out of my brain so that they are more transparent and obvious to the team that I'm working with.
Very good. And the very last question: if today would be the very first day working on Stopwatch Creative, what would be one advice that you would give yourself?
Transparent pricing from day one. I wish I did that.
And you're definitely doing it. Everybody who's interested, they can head over to stopwatchcreative.com, and actually you will be able to see all the packages and pricing and how the team is supporting companies to succeed online. So Manny, thanks a lot for being on the show with us today. I want to give you the last word. If somebody forgets everything about the interview today, what would be the last thing or the one thing that they should remember about your company?
Thank you, Lucas. I appreciate your time. One thing to remember is that we truly care about all the clients we work with, and we help you manage growth.
Very good. Thanks a lot for being part of this episode.
Thank you, Lucas. Take care.